On May 16th, Growtopia announced a flash sale. Their message was clear. For a limited time, you can get up to 10x more from your purchases. If you've been saving up for a dream item or planning a world upgrade, now's a good time to jump in. It sounds like your average time-limited promotion, an incentive to buy quickly before the deal disappears. And many players did that. They spent money thinking they were catching a rare fleeting opportunity. Fear of missing out is a powerful marketing tactic. It creates urgency. It pushes players to act fast, sometimes without thinking twice. But then something strange happened, because just 1 week later, when the update dropped, players noticed something strange. Those limited time bonus values, they stayed. In fact, they appeared to be the new standard. So why does this matter? It's a very questionable marketing choice, because it's about trust, it's about transparency. When a company tells you something is limited time and then they just don't follow through with that, that's misleading. In many countries, this kind of tactic falls into a gray area or even violates consumer protection laws. It's deceptive to imply urgency, to push spending, and then quietly change the terms after the fact. And the community isn't happy, and rightfully so. They feel like their trust was taken advantage of. Using FOMO to get quick sales only to make the pricing permanent? That's not fair, that's not right. One of the senior moderators at Growtopia posted this on the Growtopia forums. Hello. The recent permanent extension of what was advertised as a flash sale was a disgusting, deceptive and disingenuous move which completely crushes the game's integrity and the trust which we can place in development decisions. As a player, I'm absolutely appalled that we can be intentionally misled like this. It's incredibly underhanded, and the only way I can describe it is as scummy. As a community moderator and someone who tries to uphold that aforementioned trust and integrity, I'm nothing short of incredibly disappointed by such a short-sighted, heinous and devious decision. The flash sale in its own right caused a lot of community panic, and players question its economical impact and the impact it would have on new and free-to-play players by causing a larger disparity in wealth in comparison to those who are willing to use their wallets. The rug pull, which is the permanent extension of what was advertised as a limited time deal, then negatively impacts those who have opened their wallets under false pretenses. Nobody wins here. This sets a very ominous precedent and poor tone to any future updates we might receive. If you made a purchase during the disingenuous flash sale and you still have all of the items you purchased and you are unhappy with such underhanded tactics, then I would encourage you to contact your relevant platform, Google Play Store, App Store, to refund the purchase as a form of protest. You do not deserve to be deceived out of your own money. And this is a statement made from a senior moderator. Jack Bowie, this is a guy that has a lot of respect in the Growtopia community, both from the players and the developers. So to see him actively is telling you to go to your relevant platform and request a refund, that's crazy. One of the Growtopia administrators, I think he works from Ubisoft, he says this on the forums. Update on ongoing discussions around flash sale and store packs. Hey Growtopians, I just want to pop in and let you know that myself, Miyu and the community team are reading and communicating your feedback and concerns. I'll hopefully have something more concrete to share with you regarding this topic by tomorrow, but I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge your comments and make it clear that we're not ignoring you. Thank you so much for your patience, we appreciate it. Cheers, Thanatos and the team. And he also posted here that I wanted to make sure I touched base before the weekend to keep you updated. I don't have any news yet on the topic to share, but I hope to have early next week. I know this isn't the update you were hoping for, but I didn't want to go into the weekend with at least keeping you informed. That's the problem with making big updates like this before the weekend, because usually they're not able to fix them before the next week. I don't think they can refund, I don't think they can roll back, so yeah. Now let's take a step back and look at this from another angle. Because while the marketing around the flash sale was really misleading, there might be a bigger picture here. One that involves Ubisoft's long-standing struggle with illegal real money trading, or RMT as it's called. You know RMT is a big problem. Players buying and selling in-game currency or items for real-world money is against the rules, but it still happens a lot. And it's not just a minor issue. RMT hurts the economy, undermines legitimate players, and puts accounts at risk for scams and bans. We've already seen this happen with Pixel Worlds, so it's a bit unfortunate that we're kind of seeing the same patterns with Growtopia now. By permanently increasing the gem value players get from purchases, Ubisoft might be trying to make the official, legitimate method of getting gems more attractive than the black market. Think about it, if buying gems directly from the game suddenly becomes a much better deal, it reduces the incentive to risk your account on shady third-party sites. In that sense, this update actually is a pretty good way to cut down on RMT and bring more revenue back to the official ecosystem. But the problem problem is how it was done. If Ubisoft had come out and said, we're permanently adjusting the gem values to combat RMT and support a healthier economy, that would have been transparent, honest, and respectable. Instead, what players got was a limited time offer with no indication that the change was here to stay. It felt like a trick, and that's why players are frustrated. This also raises a deeper, more difficult question. With these gem rates now being the new normal, what happens to the in-game economy? We've already seen gem counts in the hundreds of millions, prices on items are going to continue to soar, and for many players, especially free-to-play ones, keeping up will be harder than ever. But let's be honest, the Growtopia economy was already in a rough shape. I would say it's beyond saving at this point. And maybe that's why Ubisoft made this move. Because the reality is, players who want large amounts of gems are going to get them one way or another. If it's not through the official store, then they would go to third-party sites, risking bans and compromising their accounts. So in a way, it makes sense for Ubisoft to offer more value directly. At least this way, purchasers actually support the game's development. So what do you think about this? Do you agree with how Ubisoft handled this? And do you think it was a necessary change for Growtopia? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please leave a thumbs up. Until next time, I'm out.